Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Korua pencil. This board features Korua's float camber, which is rocker in the nose, camber throughout. That camber section is going to give you all the load, pop, snap, and drive, while that rocker section is going to give you ease of entry in and out of turns, as well as more optimal powder float. This board is available in 147, 159, and 164. I rode this board at Copper Mountain on an overcast day. It was snowing at times. You had crusty snow underneath, fresh pow on top of that, perfect corduroy, chop, chunder, little bit of ice, and I rode it with my Rome Black Label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. This isn't an overly stiff board, and it is a fully directional flex, meaning softer nose, and that is accentuated by that rocker, stiffening up right where the camber section starts back through to the tail. The torsional flex takes a little effort to twist and engage it, but not a lot. It's not overly rigid, it's also not overly loose. For the most part, this board's stable. You do get some flap and chatter where that rocker is in the nose, and that will resonate underfoot. In the midsection of this board though, it cuts through chop and chunder with relative ease. You might feel a little bit of some jarring hits, but not much. The camber section takes a little bit more effort to load up on this board. When you roll back on the tail and it releases, it's not the snappiest thing. What you put in is about what you're gonna get out, maybe a little bit less, but when you're going Mach 10 and you really load it up, you're gonna pop a little bit better just because of that speed. Basically, if you know how to pop, you're gonna be fine. If you don't, well, it's time to learn. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really butter this thing. I was too busy just cruising pow and ripping turns. That's kind of what it was for. I'm not saying you can't butter it, I'm just saying I did. So when it comes to carving, this is obviously part of what this board is designed for. You engage outside the insert pack off the front foot. That's what's gonna lead you into that carve. It's pretty moderate, it's predictable, you know what you're gonna get. But all the drive is derived from inside that front foot back through the tail. And when you really lay it over, it disengages that front foot and you're driving your back foot into the center of the board. And that's what's gonna really let you roop a carve. It's those long, swooping, moderate carves though, where this actually stands out. That's what you wanna be doing with this board. Yes, you can lay a trench and lay it over when you need to, and short, tight, quick carves are easy, but swoopy turns where you're just going from one side of the trail back to the other, going around trees, fat skiers, whatever's in your way, you never have to really worry about it. Who's this board for? The resort all-around carver. Overall, this board isn't as reactive as the Pencil Plus. It makes it a far more approachable ride. You can be a little more laid back. The only thing I didn't really like was the snap on it was a little lackluster. I'm not saying it can't pop, I'm just saying it wasn't the snappiest for what it was. But if you want to go rip some turns and be a little more mellow, this is solid. And when you get in pow, that tail sinks, the nose rises, and it floats exceptionally well. Comparable boards: the Amplid Surfari, the Ride Peace Seeker, the Battalion Carver. Binding recommendations: the Battalion Astro Full Wrap, the Ride C9, the Now Drive. This has been my review of the Korua pencil. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you gonna buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here, do you wanna support us further? Swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.